The box that breathes. The human Captain Marcus Kane stood on the bridge of the small warship Asteria, staring at a sealed metal box that hummed like a sleeping engine. Hours earlier, he had saved an alien convoy from pirates, and the powerful Baron of those aliens had sent this as a gift, a token of gratitude, a sign of honor. The box looked like it was made from woven light and liquid steel. Lines of blue glow ran across its sides, forming symbols that none of his translators could read. His crew felt uneasy. The engineer Tomas kept his distance. The pilot Juno crossed her arms. The medic Ria watched the box as if it might bite. Gifts from strangers were rarely safe in deep space. Everyone knew that rule, and yet the Baron had insisted, saying the gift would repay a life with a life. When Marcus placed his palm on the smooth lid, the glow brightened. A soft tone rose like a voice behind a wall, and the clamps released with a gentle sigh. Inside the box lay a young alien woman, clearly adult, asleep in stasis. Her chest rising and falling, a breath at a time, her skin, a pale silver green that gleamed under the ship lights. Tiny geometric tattoos ran from her temples to her collarbone like a map of stars. A thin crown of alloy sat around her head. Wires as fine as hair touched the crown and vanished into hidden seams in the box. A line of text bloomed on the inner lid in plain trade tongue. Gift of peace, guardian of honor. Ria scanned the woman with a hand till and nodded. Vital signs stable. No toxins in the air. Stasis compatible with human med gear. Marcus swallowed. This is a person, not a package, he said. He reached for the release on the headband and felt the box tremble as if it feared his choice. The woman's eyes opened, luminous, alert, ancient with worry. She looked at Marcus, and a single word escaped her lips like a memory-seeking daylight. Help, asterisk the girl with a borrowed voice. The alien woman woke fully in the med bay, sitting up with care. Her gaze sweeping the room like a scout checking the horizon. She spoke, softly, words slow and careful, as if each one was a stone she had to lift. My name is Kyre, she said. I was told to sleep until a good man opened the sky. Her voice carried sadness, not fear. As if fear had already burned away and left only ash, Marcus introduced his crew and brought water. Rear checked the crown around Kaya's head and frowned. It is linked to nanofibers under the skin. Not painful now, but it is not decorative. Kyre touched the crown with 2 fingers. I was made to be useful, she said. My people were taken, trained, traded. The Baron calls us living keys, gifts of favor. Debts with legs, Juno bristled. That Baron thinks he can buy humans with a person in a box, not on my ship. Marcus kept his tone calm. You are not property here. You are free on this vessel. You will not be returned. Not for money. Not for threats. Kaya's eyes softened. Relief and worry braided together. Freedom is kind, she said. But chains can be hidden. Not all chains are metal. The ship lights flickered, then steadied. Tomas checked the systems and swore under his breath. Power spikes followed Kyre's heartbeat. Like the ship could hear her. Kyre closed her eyes, listening inward. The crown speaks to machines, she whispered. I cannot stop it. It looks for a lock. It looks for a door. It looks for a home. Marcus felt the hook of a larger pattern pull. Tight. This is no simple gift. He thought, this is a message, or a trap, or both. Asterisk the Baron's shadow. Marcus tried to contact the Baron, but every channel came back with polite silence, the kind that hides a smile with sharp teeth. Data traces showed elegant blocking. A will built by a rich hand, nothing crude, nothing obvious. Kyre explained in simple words. The Baron's empire breeds us in labs and temples. Our minds learn fast. Our bodies heal fast. And the crown makes us speak to ships, doors, and weapons. We are gifts when his politics need a ribbon. We are tools when his wars need a key. Ria's jaw tightened. That crown is integrated. Removal without harm will be hard, but not impossible. We need time. Time was the one thing space did not hand out for free. The Asteria drifted near a quiet trade lane, but quiet lanes often held patient hunters. As Kaya walked the corridor, the doors opened before she reached them. The shield emitters hummed like hives, the reactor purred, and the navigation display showed ghost waypoints that Marcus had never plotted. Tomas traced the signal path and found a whisper of emission from the crown. Very narrow, very faint, like a flute note traveling through bone. Juno cursed. That is a beacon. We are painting a target on our hull. Kaya looked ill. I did not want this, she said. The crown follows orders carved long ago. If I run, it sings. If I hide, it sings. If I cry, it sings. Marcus placed a hand on her shoulder. Then we stopped the song. Or we changed the tune, he said, and in his voice there was steel. The humankind that grows when a line is crossed. Lines in the ship. The crew argued in the ready room. Voices low but sharp, like knives wrapped in cloth. Juno wanted to land at the nearest neutral station, notify, at council, and separate from Kaya until the crown could be blocked. Protect the ship first. Protect the many before the few, she said. Tomas wanted to cage the signal inside a Faraday shell and keep flying. Hide the light. Keep the girl. Outthink the Baron. Ria wanted to remove the crown slowly, safely, step by step. She is a patient, she said. Not a puzzle. Marcus listened, then spoke. We will not hand a person back to chains. We will not abandon her to hunters. And we will not kill her to feel safe. We will protect both the ship and Kaya. That is the job. That is the line. They moved, fast and focused. Tomas built a portable dampening rig, a ring of copper lattice, and ceramic quills that hummed round Kaya like a soft storm. Ria prepared mad gear and a gentle sedative in case the crown fought back. Kaya stood steady. If I must be the key, let me be the key we choose, not the key he holds. An hour later, the proximity alarm sighed once, then again. 3 lean shapes slid out from dark space, hunters with long noses and coal engines, following a thread only they could sense. Juno angled the Asteria toward a dust belt where sensors lie and rocks keep secrets. Marcus took the tactical chair and set the guns to stand by, not to fire first. Not yet. Kaya reached for the reactor wall, closed her eyes, and the lights changed from white to deep blue. A new song ran through the circuits. Human hands on alien, quartz, asterisk the chase, and the truth. The hunters followed the faint beacon, but their feeds flickered. A false echo began to bloom in the dust belt. 3 ghost signatures copying the Asteria's shape, timing, and tone. Kaya's crown sang the wrong song on purpose, guiding the enemy toward shadows, while the real ship bent its path like a river, slipping past a rock. Marcus watched the grid and smiled, without joy. Humans do not need bigger guns when they have better plans, he said. An encrypted file unfolded in the nav core. Not sent from outside, but hidden inside the crown. A message that had waited for Kaya to meet someone who would not sell her. It was the Baron's voice. Smooth as oil. You are brave, Captain, he said. You saved my fleet. Now you will save my future by taking this girl far from my court. Every hunter you destroy removes a rival. Every law you break stains your hands instead of mine. Marcus let the crew hear the words. The shape of the trap was clear now. If he kept Kaya, he fought the Baron's enemies for him. If he returned Kaya, he served the Baron's cruelty. If he harmed Kaya, he harmed himself. Kaya lowered her head. I am sorry, she whispered. I was made to be a blade that cuts anyone who lifts me. Marcus shook his head. A blade can also be reforged into a plow, he said, or into a shield, or into a new kind of key. He ordered a hard burn. The Asteria leaped out of the dust belt while the ghosts held the hunters spellbound. When the enemy fired, their shots chewed rocks and lies, not people. Rear reported stable vitals. Tomas reported the dampener held. Juno reported clear space ahead, but no one relaxed. The Baron would not stop. He would come himself when he grew bored of pawns. Humanity strikes back. Marcus sent a message to a hidden human relay, a place where old soldiers leave favors on the table for the day they need them back. He asked for a narrow corridor near a brown dwarf where sensors fail and ambushes bloom. He asked for 3 decoy drones and a silent tug with a cold bay. The reply came fast. Old friends still remembered his name. They laid the trap with simple tools and careful hands. The decoy drones carried copies of Kaya's signal, amplified but brittle, like glass bells waiting to be struck. The tug hid behind the dwarf with its engine sleeping. The Asteria drifted, nearby with its lights low, a patient hunter pretending to be prey. Kaya stood on the bridge with Marcus. The dampening rang around her like a halo of work and will, her eyes fixed on the dark. When the Baron's flagship arrived, it did not sneak. It arrived like a mountain that had learned to fly, shields hot, guns brighter than dawn. An empire in one ship. The decoy bells rang. The flagship turned to chase two at once, fast and proud. The third decoy slid under its belly and bloomed into a web of interference that made the great ship blind for 5 breaths. In those breaths Marcus struck, not to kill, but to carve. He fired a thin spear of plasma at a known vent, a maintenance. Through no shield covered, Tomas had guessed the angle. Kyra had whispered the timing. Juno had flown the line like a dancer. The spear lanced the flagship's sensor core. Not fatal, but humbling. And on the open channel Marcus spoke in a voice steady and human. Baron, return to your court. Your gift is a person. Your hunt is a crime. Your power stops at our door. Silence answered. Then a laugh, rich and cool. Very clever, Captain. The Baron said, keep the girl. Keep your honor. You have not escaped me. You have enrolled in my game. Marcus cut the channel. We do not play, he said. We build, we protect, we fight only when we must, and we win by choosing what we will not become. A new banner in the stars. The flagship withdrew to the edge of the system, still watching, still proud, but wounded enough to be cautious. Inside the Asteria the crew gathered, tired and bright, holding the small victory like a coal that could light a fire or burn a hand. Kyra stood without the dampener for the first time since the chase. The crown dimmer now, the song softer. Ria's work and Kaya's will had begun to change it, not remove it yet, but bend it toward consent. Marcus spoke to his people. We can dock at a safe world and hand this to councils and courts, he said, or we can carry a message farther. We can tell other humans and other species that people are not gifts, not tools, not keys. They are people. Juno lifted a brow. You want to start something bigger than this ship? Marcus nodded. Big things start in small rooms, he said, one promise at a time, one rescue at a time. Kaya looked at the star map, her voice gentle. My kind will listen if a human stands beside us. We were taught to fear your strength. But today I saw a better strength, the kind that says no to easy cruelty. Tomas grinned for the first time in days. Let us build a louder beacon, he said. Not the barren song, our song, a signal that calls the brave and warns the cruel. They got to work. Simple tools again, honest code, new routes, new friends. They tuned the crown to carry consent, a rule written in care. The ship's systems learned that rule. The message followed it. On the distant edge, the Baron watched and measured, a new calculation twisting behind his eyes. Power had met a limit it could not buy or break, and the limit carried a human face. The Asteria turned toward open space, not running, not chasing, just moving with purpose. Kaya stood beside Marcus on the bridge, the crew at their posts, a small ship with a large banner you could not see. A promise made of stubborn kindness. Ahead, sensors found ships in trouble, rumors of labs where crowns were forged, whispers of allies who had never met. The work would be hard, the nights would be long, the danger would be real. But humans do not wait for perfect odds. Humans make odds better by showing up, by standing up, by keeping their word, and by turning gifts into people again, one box at a time, one life at a time, one star at a time.